Hey there, thanks for tuning in to Navstar. Today we are doing a pre-dawn flight with the ATOMRC Dolphin. Flying with the Radiomaster TX16S Max. Got a RunCam Thumb Pro mounted on the nose. And it was a really cool flight. Stick around. I think we're going to have some fun. Alright, this is a pretty simple video. I just wanted to do a narrated flight with one of my favorite planes. It is the ATOMRC Dolphin, which is a kind of standard 845mm version. It's a real popular plane. Forward swept wings, made of EPP foam. This is a carbon fiber rod reinforcing it. It's really good for reliable FPV flying. I do a lot of my flying with my iPad Pro plugged into the output of the goggles, and it works really good because I can keep line of sight. In this flight this morning, before the sun came up, clear conditions, zero wind, no air traffic in the immediate vicinity, and staying within the FRIA bounds of that we're allowed to fly in. I did note that my battery on the starboard running light had expired just before launch, and didn't realize it till later, but I had a good blinking strobe on the port side, so we were covered, and surprisingly easy to see flying within our FRIA zone. We have some pretty strict rules here, and we like to stick by them, but one thing I noticed right away was that this was super stable. I had a real chunky setup with the RunCam Pro mounted on the nose, and it took a shipload of ballast in the stern just to get her properly trimmed out, but it worked pretty good. The only drawback was that I had to use a lot of throttle to overcome that drag, and you'll see if you're sharp looking at the amp draw, it was probably about twice what I normally needed to get this plane cruising. It slowed down quite a bit at anything under 30%. So, but nonetheless, you know, it's all about the shot, right? So that was kind of fun. It's an unusual viewpoint looking back on a FPV plane, but I was really impressed with the RunCam Thumb Pro's clarity and stability. The FPV camera on the nose is a DJI 04 Air Unit Lite, which is my favorite FPV camera, not only because of the cost, but because of the size. And if you've been looking at some of my posts, I've recently put it in a protective enclosure. If you look at some of my other stuff, you'll see links to it and stuff. It works really, really well. I felt like the actual heat dissipation was really good with that add-on to the unit. Flying with CNHL batteries. Been flying with those a lot lately. This is a 4S LiPo. 3200 if I remember correctly, but it's generally a stock setup on this plane, which I prefer to fly in. I don't like to vary too much from what's out there in stock, but the motor's a 2306 ATOMRC. You can handle up to 1800 kV. The ESC is a 30 amp. BLS. There's two 9-gram digital servos in there, and it's a 6-inch prop if I remember correctly. You can run with lithium ion as well. I've done that, and you can get a long range with it, but less power. But I needed the extra power for this flight, so I was flying with LiPo. I really like flying here. I go out of my way to do all my flying here. You know, we're an AMA site, and we do all sorts of flying here. Scale, FPV. We'd like to introduce some drones here. If you guys know any drone flyers, it'd be a great place to have a competition. Well, you'll notice that the DJI 04 light unit doesn't have great light gathering capability. This does have the upgraded housing on it with a little bit wider field of view, but I've always been a little disappointed in the DJI's lack of light gathering capability, and right now I'm all DJI for these units. So one of these days I gotta check out some of the other platforms. This is the raw video from directly downloaded from the light unit VTX. You got a number of ways you can get the video off of these things. One, you can download it from the goggles, which has the OSD and the HUD information, or you can plug right into the VTX after you land and download the raw video. And this is a little bit better. Seems to be somewhat acceptable. I still prefer what I was getting off the run cam though. This plane's different from the Dolphin Pro model, which is a 6S higher thrust, which is also a lot of fun. And but you know, I always come back to my old standards. The Dolphin being one of them, the Swordfish, and I'm also liking some of my other models here that I'm going to be putting some other reviews out. But you know, this is an ATOMRC focus video. I've also got Autoland set up on this. It works really, really well. The one thing I don't have is a LiDAR set up on this, which I will add. Auto landings will be very precise at that point. But if you looked at some of my other videos, you know, I had one plane that had a failed receiver, largely my fault, and it just circled until the battery died. But now all my planes come in on Autoland. If there's a problem, it's been fully tested and vetted and works well, which is an amazing thing. I really love INAV. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this. You know, one of my mottos is always be filming when I'm flying, and this one turned out kind of cool. But I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. Appreciate the subscribing, the liking, the commenting. It's been such a cool journey getting into this. This hobby's the culmination of a dream I had as a little boy in the 70s, and I can't get enough of it. So thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Like I always say, have a great day no matter what.